Hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, I am Cheraye. Welcome. If you happen to be returning, thank you so much and welcome back. I'm so excited to see you guys, as I always am. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the new fragrance from Maison Kurkdjian. You guys, I'm trying, okay? From Maison Kurkdjian, the MFK. This one is a la Rose, and I could be making that up, but I believe I'm saying it correctly. This is called a la Rose, and this is the EDT. There is an original version that is the ED Perfume. However, this is the EDT. This was recently released, and I got a sample from it from my friend over at Bloomingdales. Shout out to you, Yasmin. She always provides you guys the most amazing customer service. So if you're ever in the South Coast Plaza out in the Orange County area, make sure you hit up that Bloomingdales. She is a specialist when it comes to MFK. So she knows all the facts about it. So today, if you want to know about a la Rose, if I'm able to get a picture of it, you know I will. So you guys, true story. My dad used to work at a floral. How do you say it? A florist shop. My dad worked at a florist shop, what have you. And I know he used to send my mom and I roses. They would sometime come in the plastic, and if you ever went to a nursery or something like that, wherever they keep the florals at, the flowers, you guys, you would open it up and you would get it out, and sometimes the roses were wet, right? You're like, where is this story going? Follow me. The roses were wet, and you would smell them, and they would smell so fresh and so beautiful and so sweet, right? And so when I received the sample in the mail, I said, okay, I'm ready to do my wear test. I knew I was going to give it about 2 or 3 days just to get a full, complete, opinion about it and how I felt and everything like that. So upon me taking it out, you guys, spraying it on the card as well as on my skin. So I sprayed it, right? And then I sprayed it on my skin. I did the wear test, and immediately upon me spraying it, it just smelled so fresh and so pretty and so clean. But the main thing that I got from it was roses. And this is before I read the description. This is before I did any research on it to find out what was in it, the notes, anything about that. I just said, wow, this takes me back to when my dad used to give us roses, and you would smell them and they smell kind of wet still, but so fresh and so pretty. And like a red rose, a pink rose, like all the different facets of different roses, the pink, the red, just the petals, how they could be freshly cut, even like when you cut them, or I don't know if you've ever, I used to make sachets in school, so I would have the roses and we would dry them and cut them, and then we put them in like a stocking. I don't know why we were using stockings instead of like some type of, that's a whole nother story. Anyways, you guys, so we would put them in stockings, and then we would put some oils on them, and we would, sit them out in the sun and let them dry, and then you would take them home and put them in your undergarment drawer, and it would smell so pretty, like roses, and romantic when you would open it, and you're like, oh my gosh, it smells so good. That's exactly what this fragrance smells like, okay? It is simply beautiful. It is romantic. It is beautiful for a fresh spring, summer day, or very at the tip of summer. Into that, you could wear it too. I find it to be light. I find it to be airy. I find it to be very sensual, but not like a sexy, not like a, oh my god, hello, where are we going? Not that kind of sexy. Just a very romantic, bat your eyes, a flirty kind of sexy, but very nice, very inviting, very light, like a twinkle, a sparkle. It's said to have over 400 bouquets of flowers, of rose petals, different things like that in this, that went into this creation. That's what I read upon it a tad bit. I particularly think it's an amazing fragrance. It just smells like roses when you smell it, and it doesn't smell like your I don't like the word mature. We've already established that. I don't like the word old. I'm going to use a different word for it. It does not smell like your classic rose, okay? It smells more of a timeless, romantic, but yet modern, fresh type of rose. It's that type of rose. It's nothing like, a really floral where you're going to get like a, a big, huge, sweet floral, but it's definitely refined. It's definitely polished. It's fresh. It's modern. It's chic. All those words would captivate this fragrance to me. More sophisticated, I would say. If you allow me to use that word, I would say that even a woman that would be wearing this would be going from brunch, maybe a light evening date or a day date. Maybe she was going to meet someone's parents for the first time. It's in that pretty family of type of fragrance. Something you would just say, I'm going to get out of the shower and spray this. Is it going to be, overly complimented? I don't think so. I mean, it's nice, but you'd have to like roses to really, love the fragrance like that. I think it's nice. It's inviting. I think it could be someone's signature scent, an everyday scent even. Do I feel that people are going to write home about it? Or in my opinion, am I going to write home about it? No. It's not complex. It's not, you know, groundbreaking, earth-shattering. It's none of those things. It's just really nice and it's really pretty. It's very modern. It's a chic, floral, rose type of fragrance. It has a tad bit of fruitiness to it as well. Let me give you some of the notes because I know some of you want to know, so let me give you some of the notes, you guys. It's got some lychee accords in it, some rose oil, peony. You get a little bit, not a whole lot, but it's got a peony accord to it. It's got a rose absolute. It does have some musk in there, and I think that's probably where it gets its romanticness from. Can I make that word up? Romanticness. Okay, whatever. I just did. That's where the romantic part comes in to me. What else is in it? It's just pretty. It's soft. It's rose petals. It's a very feminine type of perfume. If you don't like anything heavy, you don't like anything overbearing, I think this would be a way to go. Now, I must say, those are the pros. In my opinion, in my experience, wearing it 3 days in a row, I put it on from about 1 or maybe even 2:30 to be exact. I sprayed it on and I did about 2 to 3 sprays right here, up this arm. That's how I do my wear test upon coming out of the shower, so that my body is, you know, supple. I've already moisturized, and then I go ahead and put the fragrance on. Now it's time for the wear test. At about 10:30, 11, as I'm getting ready to go up to bed and throughout the day, I go ahead and I smell it and I just see, where's it at? It didn't really change, so I won't say that. It did sit very, very close to the body. It sat very close to the skin, almost like a second skin. However, I did not get a full long projection and sillage, you know, out of this fragrance. In the beginning, it was really nice. Like I said, it almost smelled like a wet flower upon initial spray. It stayed on the body for about the first 2 hours, and you were able to really smell it. I'm sitting at my desk, working on my computer, and as I would reach for things, that's how I always get a good test, and I always spray it on the left because I'm always reaching. Or is this the right? No, left, whatever. I'm spraying it on, and as I come across, I like to get a whiff of it. And so in the first 2 to 3 hours, I did. Upon maybe like the 4th or the 5th hour, it was very faint. I had to do one of these numbers. You know, really get in there to see if I can smell it. But then it wasn't like faint. It just seemed like it went into the body and immersed itself into the skin and just sat there like a second skin. So that could be a good thing. Did I receive any compliments on it? I did, from one person, and the person I don't even want to share the compliment because it was like, you smell good, but you smell like a grandma. That is so mean, and you know who you are who said that, okay? But they were like, oh, it smells really good, but it kind of smells like a grandma. I don't get grandma. I just definitely get sophisticated and classy, okay? Sophisticated, classy, rose petals that are wet, a bouquet of them that are simply gorgeous, very romantic. That is my opinion on this fragrance. Do I think it's worth a whiff? If you love roses, yes. It's not the typical rose. It's a little bit of a different type of rose, but it's still wet and pretty. I keep stressing the fact wet, you guys, because I don't know how he got this rose to smell wet upon coming out in the bottle, but I promise you, when you spray it out, I totally get a wet, beautiful rose petal from it. That is what my opinion is on Maison Francis Kurkdjian a la Rose. Thank you, Yasmin, for my amazing samples that you always send. You're always so willing to help. You guys, like I stated, if you are looking for an amazing perfume person to help out in the South Coast Plaza and the perfume counters, her name is Yasmin. I will leave her information in the description box below. Okay, now I'm gonna smell my coffee beans. Ooh, you guys, I'm so fancy. I have coffee beans now. Yes, darling. I had them before, and then I put them somewhere and I couldn't find them, and now I found them again. So, and another one. Hello, look. Oh my god, it matches my shirt. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited I can barely talk. Anyways, you guys, I finally got my hands on this. Oh my god, Yasmin helped me get this as well. Thank you, Yasmin, at the Bloomingdale location in the South Coast Plaza. You guys, when people are good to you and they treat you good, you shout them out, okay? And she was really good, so thank you so much. I was finally able to get my hands on OUD Satin Mood, and I absolutely love it. I have a quick story time. Oh my god, 2 stories again. Maybe even 3 stories, but you guys, this is gonna be quick, but I have to share this with you. So for Valentine's Day weekend, I went out the entire weekend. So on the actual night, I believe I wore Baccarat Rouge 540. I believe, you guys, I cannot remember. I've been spraying a lot of fragrances, okay? But on the second night, which was on Saturday, oh my gosh, you guys, I wore this. Rose Prick is everything, okay? I absolutely love it. I am sold on it. I rock for this fragrance. I love this fragrance, and it has made me very, very happy. So upon me getting dressed, wearing whatever I wore, I can't even remember at this point, but I wore something on the second night of Valentine's, right? And so I put this on, and I said, oh, I'm so excited. I'm wearing this for Valentine's. So I put it on, did my 2 sprays, dab, dab, lip, lip, walked away, right? And then I went back in, and then of course my husband Yasmin's in there, and he's like, what are you wearing? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm wearing Tom Ford Rose Frick. And he's like, what do you want me to wear? What should I wear? What should I wear? And I'm like, wear Oud Satin Mood. And so he said, oh, okay. He takes it out, right? And he's spraying it on, and he's an oversprayer. But I told him, if we're sharing this, you're not going to be overspraying it. Like, seriously, absolutely not. So he was like spraying it. So I was like, that's enough, that's enough. And so then I forgot something. So I came back upstairs to get it. I was done with my fragrance for the day, you guys. I mean, for the evening, right? And I'm like, I'm done. And as I walk back in the room, oh my gosh, the sillage this fragrance filled the room with, and just how sexy and powdery and beautiful. This is another oud rose fragrance, which has the rose in it. I guess I just really like rose, but there's a ton of different roses, so don't be confused because they don't all smell the same. But this one is sexy. This one is amazing. I guess I could give you some of the notes in it, you guys. This is rose vanilla oud. This is so sexy. It's an oriental woody. It has some benzoin in it. It has Bulgarian rose, rose absolute. It has a natural oud vanilla. This projects so well, and I believe because it has a little bit of depth to it. I spoke so in detail about this fragrance before already, you guys, but I absolutely love it and I must share it. It is absolutely amazing. So I'm back upstairs, right? And I walk past, oh my gosh, and this is what I knew I shouldn't have did. I walked past my vanity and I just happened to look at it, and we lock eyes like this, like this. And I said, I already have my fragrance on, and I'm not a big girl that mixes fragrances. I mean, sometimes if I feel like layering them, I'll layer them with other stuff, like the layered fragrance that I'm always telling you about. Those single note fragrances. Sometimes I'll layer it with that, or I'll layer it with a cream or a lotion or something. But I was done for the day. I didn't need to layer it. There she goes, you guys. I pick it up. Just smelled it. So happy to have it. You know, have you ever looked at something that you bought and you were excited, or that you got, you received anything, you were just like, oh my God, I'm so happy to have it. That was me, right? So I smell it and I go, it's not gonna hurt if I just put just a quick little spray on, right? So I hold it back. I'm not gonna waste it today, but I hold it back and I go, shh, and I just walk through it just like this. Oh, and it just made me so happy. So then we arrive. Fast forward, you guys, we arrived to the restaurant, right? Valet service. I don't know what jacket I had on. What jacket I didn't have on the cape coat. I can definitely tell you that. I did not wear the cape coat. I don't know what I wore, but I had a nice jacket on. We arrived to the restaurant. Valet service, red carpet. I don't know if it was a red carpet, you guys, but it was red, okay? They opened the door. I got out. Compliment number one happens right there. I get out and the guy goes, wow, I heard the famous words, what are you wearing? Oh my God. I was like, and then I was like, well, what am I wearing? Tom Ford Rose Prick and also Oud Satin Mood combo. I didn't plan to do it. It just happened. It meshed so beautiful and so pretty, you guys. These two fragrances right here. Beautiful, beautiful combination. I didn't try. It just happened. So then I go in and I knew the hostess, and I always greet her with a nice kiss, you know, the French kiss that I tell you guys about, right? And we're, hi, how are you? And then she goes, oh my God, you smell amazing. What are you wearing? There it is again, compliment number two. Not that you wear your fragrances to receive compliments, but I mean, if it just happens to work that way, why not accept them gracefully, gladly? Oh yes, thank you. What are you wearing? So then I told her, right? And then they were like, okay, your table's gonna be ready in a little bit. I go, well, let me go to the powder room to see how I look, blah, blah, blah. And I always like to go inside there because, you know, there are people, the attendants that work inside there. They always have the fragrances up there in case, you know, you need to refresh. They've got mints, they've got hair clips, hairspray, deodorant, whatever you need. I don't know who's sharing deodorant, but whatever. Okay, so they have all that stuff in there. So I go in, just check myself out, see what I'm doing. And of course, I talk a lot. Okay, you guys, I'm sure you know that by now. So I'm in there asking the women as they're coming in and coming out, what fragrance are you wearing tonight? You'd be surprised how many women did not know what fragrance they were wearing. They were like, I don't know. I picked up this blue bottle and I just sprayed it on. And I was like, oh. And then they're like, what are you wearing? And so I tell the whole bathroom, everybody in the restroom, what I'm wearing, right? This is, oh, you smell good. There it is again. Compliment number three. So I'm going through the whole night, and the lady at the attendant, you know, I was talking to her and she was telling me what fragrances I was trying to see what's popular, what they had up there. Of course, they had that Lava Lavelle or La Via Belle they had up there. She said that one people always reach for. Coco Mademoiselle they had up there. That one people always reach for. They also had Jade Dior. They had that one up there people reach for. They didn't have any Alien, surprisingly, but they didn't have any of the Terry Mugler or Mugler, whatever. They didn't have any of those in there. What else did they have? They had Flower Bomb in there. I thought that was different, but they had Flower Bomb. So they had a ton of different fragrances. No, there was no Baccarat Rouge 540 in there, you guys, okay? I looked, there was not. So I came back out, another couple. I walked past them. What are you wearing? I was like, oh my gosh, I created my own fragrance combo and everybody's asking what I'm wearing. So it was this dynamic duo that did it. I know, to be honest with you, it was more of this. Because once I put this on, it kind of overshadowed and overpowered this one here. They are both good standalone, but they are even better together because this has a hint of something peppery and spicy and just sexy and seductive, and then this is more warm and cuddly and woody and spicy and powdery and just vanilla and just uber good. So combining them together was just like magic. I was like, yes. She developed her own fragrance, you guys. Thank you very much. But it was really good. So I love both of these. I wanted to share them all with you because they all have rose. Rose plays a huge part in every single fragrance that I have described for you today. Even with the a la Rose, even with this one, even with the Oud Satin Mood, even with the Tom Ford Rose Prick, they all have rose in them, but rose is done so differently, and it can be, you know, just in different ways. So a lot of times I hear people say, I don't like rose, or I don't like this, or I don't like jasmine, or I don't like tuberose, or I don't like this. But then you'll ask them, well, what's your favorite fragrance? And they'll say, oh, I like this. And it's like, okay, well, it has that same note in there: jasmine, tuberose, rose, Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, whatever rose it is. So just take your time, have some fun, explore. Don't let, if some fragrance say that they have rose in it, that it turns you off, unless you're just like absolutely rose, absolutely no. So these are 3 different roses, and they all smell different, and some of them have the same. Bulgarian rose are in some of them, Turkish rose are in some of them, but they do smell different. It just depends on the fragrance, it depends on you. So sample fragrance on your body, try it. I am having such a blast. That is my opinion on, of course, you already knew that I loved Oud Satin Mood. You know I'm still telling you about Rose Prick. You guys, when I find a fragrance that I love, I talk about it and I talk about it and I talk about it. And so ever since I have come to discover Maison Francis Kurkdjian, I have been talking about it ever since, probably going on a year now, which is not good. And then I am still waiting for something in the mail, which you'll have to come back and see what it is. Absolutely love Tom Ford. I still am contemplating getting Delina. I don't know. I can't bring my heart around to doing it, but it won't leave me alone, so I'm probably just gonna do it. Anyway, you guys, that's it. I am getting ready to go. It is Sunday. You already know the drill. Church, brunch, a little light shopping. Maybe I'll find a lounge or go out by the beach and sit down. I always love doing that. I'm going to change this. I'm definitely not wearing this shirt. But anyways, you guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Until next time, you know the drill. Oh, wait a minute. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed and you like the vibe here, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you want to ensure that you never miss a video, don't forget to smash the bell. Until next time, you know the drill. Be blessed, stay fit, and definitely stay fabulous. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.